Hey guys and gals, welcome back to Poor Man's Bushcraft, and as you can see right here in front of you is the LL Bean pack that I showed you guys in an earlier video. I recently started looking at all these bad boys over here and started thinking to myself, oh my god, every one of those weighs a ton, and I wanted something less conspicuous. And I actually started this project before I thought, duh, dude, put this on video. Might be useful to somebody. So here it is, already finished. But we're going to go through it anyway. And hopefully this will give you guys some ideas to help you out putting the whole bug out ideal into reality, a small check, if you will. And saying that, you know, you don't need all that big stuff over there just to have a bug out bag. The advantages of having a bug out bag or a get home bag of this style or this size, first and foremost, is it's going to force you to pack lighter. Think smarter about what you're packing, and it will give you that non-tactical look, gray man, if you will. You will just basically blend in so much better with something like this than you would carrying something like that. Now, that's not to say that you couldn't build something like that, and I do strongly suggest that a very substantial long-term, bug out bag. This is more in that lines to get you home. Sorry about that light right there, but that's kind of part of the studio. If you guys ever want to see how I shoot and what I shoot with in this place, please drop down there in them comments and let me know, and I will shoot that video and show you guys all the cameras that I use, how I've got them set up, how I do my overhead shots, what I light up with, and maybe, point you in a direction that you can get these same things to maybe help your studio out a little bit. And a lot of this stuff is fairly cheap. If $50 or so is in the cheap range, it's Amazon stuff. But anyway, getting back to where I was at, I wanted something that I could throw in the back seat of the car, in the trunk, behind the seat of the truck, in the cab, and somewhere. Maybe even take this with me when I go out with other people, just for that emergency of worst case scenario, SHTF, a WROL, martial law. I just don't see that happening in my lifetime, but it's better to have something than to be out there when something happens and have nothing. My practicality of my prepping is more in the lines of tornado hits while I'm out somewhere. We have to leave here for a tornado. Flash flooding. My area gets a lot of flash flooding when we get the heavy rains. The creek beds wash out, and they will flood these flatland towns of Indiana. So basically my preps are usually all for natural disaster type thing. Whether it be fire, flood, tornado, ice storms, whatever you can think of that I might have to go from here to a friend's house and can't drive, but I could still pack it. So this is more of my, I'm going to take this everywhere when I go, my everyday carry bug out bag, the get home bag, however you guys would label these. A lot of you have got different names for them, and that's cool. So I'm going to dive right into it and kind of do this in reverse. I was going to show you how to build this pack, but in this sense that I had already started this project, we'll keep going, and I'll just keep rambling, and you guys will turn the video off. First and foremost, when I started first doing this pack, I was thinking of what if I got stuck out somewhere and had to spend the night. Can I do a sleeping bag in this? This LL Bean has a compartment in the bottom of it, and I call it the boot area or the shoe area. I think that's more of what they had this intended for, but it is pretty spacious. And if you already have an insular sleep system from the military. The green bag itself, it fits beautifully in there. You could probably find a smaller sleeping bag that you can fit into, or a thinner sleeping bag. Usually the higher the temperature ratings on them, as in, you know, they don't go down super cold. Usually those higher temperature ones for, you know, spring, summer-ish kind of weather, they're usually thinner and you can get them folded up down pretty good. Didn't have any paracord on me, so I'm carrying that Duraline, mule tape, bull tape, contractor's line, whatever. Everybody's got another name for it. I call it mule tape or bull tape. One seems to hit me first. So I throwed that in there because I didn't have any paracord right now. At least none that I can get to without robbing my main pack, my main bug out bag, my shit has hit the fan bag. So I've got and cordage in the bottom of this, and it is a separated little pack, so it does what I want it to do. Going on from there, I wanted more of a protective type thing, like being able to make a shelter or something like that, as well as having rain protection. So in a smaller or a medium-sized pocket, I put a USGI poncho in there, which we all know these are great for making shelters. They're great for you know, keeping yourself dry. The nice thing about these is, you know, when it does start raining, you put it somewhere easy to grab, pull it out and throw it over you and your pack, so your pack stays dry and it's not a huge pack, so you don't look like, you know, the Hunchback of Notre Dame. A few other things that I wanted to have in this to cover as many bases as I could as far as, you know, some of the C's. So there's a couple of the covers right there. As well as, at any given time, you're going to need some kind of cutlery. Couldn't decide what to put in there, whether it be just a, you know, folder, a cheap folder. That way, if I did lose this or had to ditch it, it's not gonna, you know, it's not gonna hurt me to get rid of this in a situation where, you know, let's just say they are doing a weapons check or something somewhere. I can ditch this and it's, you know, $5 or $8 down the tubes. And sorry about my luck. I also put my Mora in there because my Mora is my go-to knife. This is just one of my mini Moras. Actually, this is my first Mora. It has been doctored a few times as far as getting that bright red handle. You can see that's starting to poke through after a couple of years. And extra piece of fabric off some multicam, and a Powell's or Molly strap that is shoe glued. And shoe glue, if you don't know shoe glue, man, that is kind of like the ultimate in glue. This stuff just does not want to come off. So using the strap and the receiving tab, you know, I made that to where it'll be Molly ready, Molly compatible, Powell's compatible. Put it on a belt loop, however you want to do it. So there's my cutlery, and I built a small fire kit just in case. Now my thought behind this stuff is, anytime I'm thinking that I'm in a situation where, let's say it take me 3 days to get home from where I'm stuck, and we've added the situation of bad weather, a storm that has just passed, some flooding, we're going to go ahead and call that a day. Whether you think it's going to take you 5 hours or 6 hours, let's just go ahead and say that's going to take you a day to get home. So you may need to stop and sleep overnight. You may need to stop and sleep for a few hours. And you may even want to build a small fire for that whole creature comfort of warmth. So carrying a small fire kit of a tin with char cloth, a ferrocerium rod, and some type of quick light stuff, whether it be cotton balls or these chemical ones like this. They fit fairly easy. one of the pockets, and you can set, you know, depending on what kind of backpack you find for yourself to do all this in, you know, it sets fairly easy in there. Just getting it all lined up to where you can get to it easy. Following the C's again, I needed a container, so I made use of one of these off-brand water bottles. I have Nalgene's and I have these. These were like 2 Christmases, or Christmas before last, or something, you know, last Christmas. Friend of mine's girlfriend at the time gave us these. They had some pretty decent stuff in them, but, you know, whittling through things, you end up with an empty bottle. I replaced that with a pretty decent ouchie boo boo kit, some wet wipes, some alcohol gel or hand sanitizer, whatever you want to call it, and a little bit of some kind of non strength. It's just some cordage that, you know, you could use to lash a few things down or whatever. It's not really what I would call shelter building material, but you could probably use it to lash something on your pack that you found, fix your pack, you know, whatever. It's just some little bit of cordage, and it's all in a bottle where it's going to stay nice and dry and save space with, I don't have to fill somewhere else up with another little compartment. So there you have that. It does happen to just fit in that pocket. There are no side pockets on this pack. It has these rain covers, so the zippers are kind of water resistant. If you douse this bag, you're going to get wet. So, you know, put Ziploc bags on things that you don't want wet. Being inconspicuous, obviously it's blue. It's very millennial yuppie-ish, if you will. Side carry handle, top hang handle, grab handle, some padded straps. Watch yourself when you get some of these. If you don't want anything reflective on them, I found out that these little gray stripes are reflective, and, you know, that's easily fixed with spray paint or a Sharpie if you want to do that. I found a little waist belt that, you know, I found one with, this one came with a little waist belt, so that's going to help secure that load, make it a little bit more comfortable to carry. Part of my philosophy in this bag was that if I am wearing civilian clothes, more often than not, I am wearing either black side zip fire and police type boots or tactical boots, and or the Condor side zip Murphys that I showed in a video a while back ago. If you want to see an updated review on those, I will be more than happy. Just leave that comment down below and let me know. I'll show you how those are holding up, and you might be surprised. So those are in Coyote and black. So at any given point, you know, I'm usually wearing boots with the exception of today, and I'm doing the tennis shoe slash work shoe type thing, and they're comfortable as well, but not meant for the long haul. So have your boots ready. If you can fit your boots in a pack like that, that's good too. Now, so my philosophy, like I was saying, was if I'm getting out of one place and want to go to another, but I want to stay hidden at the same time, I want to camouflage up, so I will have my civilian clothes on. So what I packed in this bag was a dry bag. Actually, so I still have another compartment that I'm going to play around with and see if I can find some more things that might go in these. Maybe move a few other things, keep some documents and that type of things. Most all these packs have one of these little admin pockets hidden somewhere on them. They're usually pretty thin, so I've got a little more room to play there if I want to play. Main compartment. I grabbed one of those Walmart dry bags. They're not that expensive. You can get them in different sizes. They're pretty strong. They do the roll and clip and seal and what have you. They've got a thing inside that pretty strong plastic thing, and I've just got mine stashed in here. I didn't pack a lot in here. What I have in here is a pair of pants, a shirt, t-shirt, 2 pair of socks, underwear, and some military base layer, you know, the extreme cold weather stuff. Basically, it's Under Armour. If you go with Under Armour, make sure you're getting the cold weather stuff, so that you know, add that extra warmth. I think between that cold weather stuff and wearing the proper things, getting inside that sleeping bag, you're going to be warm enough to survive. You may not be comfortable. I mean, you might still be cold, but and packed properly, those will fit back down in these bags. Just think before you're packing and lay it out, flatten it out, get the air out of it, and zip it up, throw it in the back of your truck, in the back of your car. Carry it with you wherever you go. Just get used to this being somewhat of an EDC everyday thing. And I suggest to do this, I just have not done it yet, but throw a few of these in there, at least 3 or 4. Like I say, we're talking about a day of being out. And some protein bars, some maybe something like that. Just a little bit of sustenance and some water, and be safe getting home. So I hope that gives you some perspective, some ideas. I hope it inspires you to think outside of the whole tactical realm of all this stuff, with still being somewhat tactical. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you guys watching, the 50 or so of you that do. As always, you know, like I said, leave those comments down below if you want to see the studio or any of the other packs. Just let me know. I'll shoot those videos. I'm kind of running out of ideas right now. And smash that like button if you would. Not that it helps me that much, but it does make me feel better when people do that. If you're not already subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. There's plenty more videos about packs, survival gear, different stuff. Hopefully you can find some of it useful. And with YouTube being messed up a little bit and not letting us know that we're getting videos out, go ahead and hit that bell icon so you'll know when I post one up. And until then, this is my idea for a gray man pack, or a non-military style pack, and I hope you guys take something from it and make it work for you. Alright, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next video.